The month of May is known as Mental Health Awareness Month, so throughout the month I will be posting vlog-style videos where I talk about my mental health journey. The beginning of 2019 has been a rough start to the year, and throughout the past couple of weeks I've been vlogging my experience so far and my troubles with doctor's appointments. I want to start talking more about my mental health so that we can continue to erase the stigma that surrounds it. Hopefully with these videos we can start a conversation. It's taken a lot for me to open up about this stuff, so any negative comments will not be well received. Millions struggle with mental illness their whole lives. It is a serious topic that needs to be addressed. As for help, I suggest going to see your GP, family doctor. I will leave some phone numbers that you can call when in crisis in the description. I'll also leave links to mental health charities if you would like to donate. Now we get to the part that's really fucking me up now and has been for the past couple months. I can't remember if it was the incompetent doctor or my GP, but someone messed up my prescriptions. So I couldn't get the right amount of medication when I needed it. I feel like it was the GP. So put me on 45, okay? All good. Good, okay? But then I go to get my prescription and they're telling me that he said, no, you have to take 15 milligrams. I'd been taking 45 for about a week maybe a little less than that because I had some 15s left over. I also forgot this part. The incompetent doctor didn't change my prescription, so that was all fucked up for like ages. Yeah, that's why I had to go to the doctor in the first place. It's all coming together. He messed up my prescription and said, oh, she needs to be taking 15 milligrams. But he didn't. Wait, no, he said I had to take 15 milligrams, and then he called us later and said, no, take 30. But never changed it on the prescription, so I could never get the right fucking dosage. That's why I went to my GP, and then my GP messed it up again. Do you know what happens when you can't get the right dosage? You get tiny little 15 milligram tablets, but I have to take 3 of those to make up the 45 that I'm meant to be taking. And I've run out so quickly, and then I go to the chemist and I'm like, I need more, and they're like, yeah, but you're taking the wrong amount, and I'm like, no I'm not. The fucking doctor won't change my prescription properly because of fucking incompetent pieces. I know they're just doing their job, but like seriously, this has happened so many times now, it's a fucking joke. Things were okay for a couple of weeks. I was getting my 45s, but then couple weeks ago I began having terrible panic attacks at work. So fucking crippling that I couldn't move. I would sink to the floor and stay there for 15 minutes at a time. I was late for 3 days straight. I had to go home early twice. My mum had to finish my work for me because it was so crippling. And that was the point I said enough is enough. I need to call this mental health team and I need to see them again because I am going fucking insane. I feel like I'm going insane. But I didn't get a chance to call them. My mum called them. And for the first time since any of this started happening, they answered her and they listened to her. They knew she was my mum and they let her talk for me without my permission. And I know that seems bad, but it's like, it was this godsend thing. Because I can't make phone calls, I can't take phone calls. If someone calls me and I don't know who it is, I have to run downstairs to my mum and give the phone to her because I can't do it. They said, we will give you an appointment. You haven't been to us in a year and that's messed up. You should have been here earlier. The doctor shouldn't have changed your meds. Apparently the doctor's not allowed to change my meds now, so I'm really confused. And it's been a week maybe since then. I don't know. I have been off work for the past 5 days. This is my first break in about 3 months. 4 months maybe? No, three. Because I had a break in December and then I worked January, February, March. And I had my holiday this week. And I'm starting to go a little insane, because guess what? It was time to get new meds a couple of days ago. My mum did what she always does. She put in the request for the prescription and she picks it up on her way home from work. That's what she does with all of our family's meds, because it's just easier, because the chemist is right where we work. And, you know, I can't leave the house by myself. She comes home and she tells me, they've messed up your prescription again. They're saying you should be taking 15 milligrams. The chemist thinks that after 3 months, 2 months maybe, of taking 45 milligrams, the doctor suddenly changed it to 15. My theory is that the mental health team contacted my chemist and said she needs to be on 15 without telling me, and I still don't have an appointment to see them. Bear in mind the fact that I can't call people by myself. I need my mum's help to do it. I've been waiting for an opportunity all week so that she can be home to help me call someone. But no, she has a job. We get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then she works till 2 in the afternoon. I messed up my sleeping pattern so bad that last night I went to sleep at 7 AM. Or should I say today? I went to sleep at 7 AM and woke up at 4 PM. It's getting really bad. This is what happens every time I'm off for a week. I catch up on sleep for 2 days and then I wreck my sleeping pattern. I didn't have a sleeping pattern to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. But when it comes time to go back to work, I'm not going to sleep before my first shift back and I'm going to fuck everything up like I always do. It is almost 11 PM. The 11th of April, 2019. I have no meds. I can't get in contact with anyone to get more meds. I desperately need to see a psychiatrist team because I am actually going insane being stuck in my bedroom all week. Do you want to know a little secret? When they took me off diazepam, I never stopped taking it. I've been taking it for the past 4 months because I'm scared. See what happens when I stop taking it. I only take it when I go to work. I take one in the morning at 5 AM before I go to work so that I don't get pissed off. When I was having my panic attacks, I had to take it when I went to work, when I came home so I'd go to sleep, and then at night so that I would go to sleep, because I just couldn't bring myself to sleep. I couldn't do anything. Everything just seemed so pointless. I was so scared. Everything's at a standstill at the moment. I'm happy because I managed to clean my room and I got rid of a lot of stuff and I feel lighter in a way. And I did clean my room so that it would help the panic attacks and everything, to see if it would do anything. I sleep for the maximum amount of hours the day I can so I'm not too tired that I have panic attacks. I am constantly playing games, talking to my friends online. I'm constantly drawing, playing, editing, something, just so that I can live. I know that people like me sharing my problems with the world doesn't end well, because there are people like me who watch these videos and they get triggered and upset. There are people unlike me who don't have these problems, but these problems bear so much weight that they can't handle it. Why do you think my ex dumped me? Because I was so messed up in the head he couldn't deal with it. I just remembered a huge factor that I had forgotten about that really needs to be said in this video, because it's a massive reason why everything's so fucked up. From like September-ish last year to like December-ish, January this year, I was going to therapy, one-on-one therapy with a therapist, you know, that kind of thing. But then I got discharged. Do you know why I got discharged? Because she was sick 1 week. And then she had to move to a completely different place. Okay? And I couldn't get to that place. I didn't have money for a taxi or a bus. I didn't know what buses went where she was. I liked the therapy at the point where she was in the town centre, where I could easily get to at the right time, the right place, everything was fine. And then she moved and I couldn't get there. So just that one time I had a panic attack the night before, I pretended to be sick because I just couldn't go. I didn't have a lot going on in my life either, so I didn't really feel like it was necessary. It would have been an hour there to talk to her for 5 minutes and then an hour back, and it wasn't worth it. Frankly, it was not fucking worth it. So I said I was sick to her. But she was sick the week before, so it didn't really matter. And then I texted her, I messaged her, and I tried to tell her that I couldn't get to where she had booked me in, and that I was having trouble, you know, getting across. I was just having trouble telling her that I couldn't get there and that I was too anxious to go there. But do you know what she did? She booked me in the next week at the same time, at the same place. Not to mention this is 10 o'clock in the morning. I can't wake up that early. It's fucking an hour there, an hour back, whatever. So she booked me in there again, even though I told her that I can't make it there. And she tries to call me, but she misses me because I'm asleep, obviously. Like a normal person. And I call her back and she's like, can you make the appointment I booked you in for? And I go, no, I told you that last week. She goes, I'm gonna have to discharge you. This part gets me really angry. But she was about to meet a new patient at that time. She was like, okay, I'll call you back at like 5:30. Whatever time it was. I was like, okay, we'll talk about it then. So 5:30 rolls around. She doesn't call me, I have to call her. And she's like, oh, can't talk right now. I'll call you tomorrow or something. And slowly and slowly over time, I just started to ignore her calls because she'd pissed me off. I was angry, I felt betrayed, and all the calls were just her going, I have to discharge you, but I want to talk to you about it first. Why don't you fucking answer? Why don't you call when you say you're gonna call? Why don't you answer when I do call? Why don't you give me the time of day when I do call? Why don't you listen to me like an actual human being and stop treating me like a 4-year-old child? So I ignored her calls and she discharged me. That's the basic gist of what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so that was a massive factor in everything, because I don't have anyone to like talk me through shit and help me with coping mechanisms, because I don't have any more. I'm gonna go now before I start rambling anymore. But you get my point. Everything's going to shit and I don't know what to do.